Support for Radio Friends comes from Prairie Financial, where they work to ensure a lifetime of financial security for people from all walks of life, from investment services to retirement plans. If you're looking for a trustworthy company that has the experience and knowledge to put your interests first, contact Prairie Financial, a community-based investment counseling firm since 1966. Good morning and welcome to Radio Friends on Monday, May the 15th. We're going to talk about native plants in central Missouri, and I want to introduce you to CAROL DAVIT. Good to have you here, CAROL, from the Missouri Prairie Foundation. First of all, what is the Missouri Prairie Foundation?
We are a nonprofit, 57-year-old land trust. We own and manage original unplowed prairie, which is very rare in our state today. We once had 15 million acres of prairie, including a lot here in central Missouri. And today we have fewer than 45,000 scattered acres.
We once had 15 million acres?
Yes.
Here?
Yes, in Missouri.
In Missouri?
Yes.
So from 15 million acres, we're down to what?
45,000 scattered acres.
Now, part of those are on private lands?
Yes, there are a number of acres that are owned by private individuals, and about maybe 25,000 of those acres are owned by agencies like the Missouri Department of Conservation and nonprofit organizations like the Missouri Prairie Foundation.
Now, what classifies land as a prairie?
A prairie is a landscape that's dominated by non-woody plants. So grasses, sedges, wildflowers, some shrubs, and no more than 10% tree cover.
But if you have a prairie, isn't it eventually trees are going to start sprouting in that prairie, correct?
In Missouri, they could, because in Missouri, we're in between the deciduous forest of the east and the Great Plains of the west. So right here in Missouri, other parts of the Midwest, prairie is dependent on fire. And so if you remove fire from the landscape, yes, trees will grow up, and the overall result is we'll have less biodiversity. So even though we have very few original unplowed prairie acres left, we're working hard to protect those, and all of the properties that we own are open to the public to enjoy on foot. They are really important for many plants and animals that can survive only on prairie, and they're also important because they're seed sources. Seeds from prairie plants can be sustainably harvested from these original prairie remnants, and then nurseries, native plant nurseries, grow those, and then we can purchase those plants and enjoy prairie plants at home, and also plants that are native to other habitats in our state, forests and woodlands and wetlands. So it's really important to save those original natural communities, those natural habitats.
Now, you're here also to tell us about a native plant sale.
Yes.
Why are native plants so important?
Well, a number of reasons. So plants that are native to this area, it means plants that occurred here without the help of people, that weren't brought here from some other part of the world. So, for example, oak trees here, white oaks, chinkapin oaks, post oaks. We have many different oak species in Missouri. Those are all native to our state. Hickories, coneflowers, bluebells, so many different native plants that are beautiful. They are adapted to our climate and weather conditions. They're also nature's foundation of nature's web of life. I have a little exercise I want to show you. So I've got 4 pennies here, and I want you to hold those and feel
so she put 4 pennies in my hand.
Pretty light, isn't it?
Very, very light.
So that is about how much a little chickadee bird eats. A little
that
chickadee.
Much weight.
That's all it weighs. And chickadees and so many other birds that we enjoy here in Missouri, they have to feed their young soft food. And we can see in this photo the chickadee with the caterpillars in its mouth. What do you think those caterpillars eat?
What do the caterpillars eat?
They eat native plants.
So the caterpillars are necessary. They eat native plants, and then the birds eat the caterpillars.
Yes.
So it's the food chain.
Yes, and so those native plants are the foundation of nature's web of life. So imagine you're a little tiny bird and you weigh no more than 4 pennies. Guess how many caterpillars you need if you're a little chickadee to raise 2 or 3 little chicks to the point where they can leave the nest. Guess how many caterpillars?
Yeah, and many of us, when we're out and about, we'll see the bugs, the insects, and the caterpillars, and they're eating leaves. Your first instinct is to take that caterpillar and smash it because it's eating the leaves on that tree. That's my instinct. But I shouldn't do that, should I?
No, if you think about, this has been happening for thousands of years. And if you look at a tree out your window, you don't see those little nibble marks from insects. And if you go up to the tree, you might see them. But if you stand back, you don't. This has been happening for thousands of years. It's really important. So just guess how many caterpillars a little chickadee needs to feed 2 or 3 young.
I don't know.
9,000.
So a little chickadee has to find 9,000 caterpillars to feed their babies.
Yes, and that's just a little tiny bird. A bigger bird would need more. So the point is, the more native plants you have, the more caterpillars you have, and the more you can help sustain songbird populations. And songbirds have just declined dramatically. And so planting native plants is one of the easiest and most enjoyable things you can do to help our songbirds.
And don't worry so much about those insects. Don't use insecticide.
No. Do not. Most native insects have, especially our butterfly and moth caterpillars, they have a specific relationship with specific plants. They co-evolve together. So, for example, monarch butterfly caterpillars will eat only milkweeds. And there are many other relationships like that. Oak trees, though, provide food for more than 500 different kinds of butterfly and moth caterpillars. So oak trees are really important.
So if you see caterpillars on your oak tree, please don't spray it.
Yes, don't spray it.
Leave it alone.
It'll be fine.
It's not going to hurt the tree. They'll disfigure some leaves, but the tree is going to survive. But those caterpillars are feeding the birds.
Yes. And folks here in central Missouri can find native plants to purchase at an upcoming native plant sale we're having on May 20, Saturday, May 20, here in Columbia at the Bass Pro Shops in Columbia on Bass Pro Drive. It's from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., and there will be 4 native plant vendors. There will be Missouri Wildflowers Nursery, Galena's Garden, the Hawthorne chapter of the Missouri Native Plant Society, and Sunrise Gardens here in Columbia. So you can find plants from 4 different vendors, and you can even pre-order the plants as well.
All right. And that'll be Saturday,
May 20 from 10 to 1, and you can find all the details at moprairie.org.
Thank you. Thank you so much. One real quick question. Is dogwood a native plant?
Yes.
Dogwood is a native plant in Missouri.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. We're out of time for today. If there's something you'd like to hear or see, I'd love to hear from you. Drop me an email, pepperp@missouri.edu. Have yourself a nice day. Bye-bye.